Look, if you're looking for the type of love that's gonna dedicate you some Junior H songs, or some Línea Personal songs, or some Marca MP songs, then you need to get you some love candles from Scorpion Tarot, man. Trust me. Trust me. If you be listening to Junior H crying about love, if you be listening to Marca MP crying about love, listening to Línea Personal crying about love, you need to get you some candles from Scorpion Tarot. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. Welcome back to Saca las Doritas podcast. This is episode 41. I'm Torta Patrol. I'm filling in for the usual hosts from Saca las Doritas. They were all busy today, so they asked me if I could fill in. I was like, yes, definitely. I would definitely love to fill in. I figured I'd come hang out with you guys, talk about, just BS with you guys, and then also talk about my own experiences that I've had with the love candles from the Brujo, just because I know that it's pretty much about to be cuddle season. So I know there's going to be a lot of fools out there looking for a torta to cuddle with this winter, you know what I'm saying? So I figure I would come explain to y'all what the love candles do in case you need yourself a torta for cuddle season. You might want to stock up on some of those candles right there, you know what I'm saying? Come take a sip with me while we talk about some spiritual stuff. All right, so first let me just say, I don't know why my badge right here keeps like moving to the side. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's supposed to be like right here in the middle, right? But if it keeps going to the side, I'm gonna just take it off, man. It's kind of annoying, especially when I see it right here on the monitor and it's all fucked up like that. But anyways, so yeah, man. So all the hosts from Saca las Doritas, they were all busy today, so I'm pretty much filling in for them today. Torta Patrol is filling in for the Brujo and for Erica Tinez and also for Afiliado. So I figured, you know what, let me just come through, talk about these love candles right here real quick, catch a little buzz with you guys, you know what I'm saying, have some fun with you guys, just chill. Cause so we're pretty much in October. So pretty much, it's the beginning of cuddle season, right? Where we live right now, where we're at, it's hella hot. It's like October, but we're still having 100-degree weather, man. It fucking sucks. Hella annoying, especially having to wear this whole outfit right here in my patrol unit. You know what I mean? It's hella hot. And then wearing this whole outfit with all my equipment and everything, trying to wrestle down a torta, man, I don't even want, man. But that's why Torta Patrol gotta stay buff. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you guys see me flexing during the video right here, it's because Torta Patrol is working out today. You know what I'm saying? Feeling a little extra buff. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling myself today. Feeling good about myself. But yeah, man. So pretty much I've just been sipping some Modelos, and I've been sipping some of these beatbox right here too. I did have some buzz balls. I was gonna be sipping some buzz balls at this episode, but I was chilling with a torta yesterday and she drank them all, so I'm pretty much left with just the beatbox and the Modelos, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad she didn't kill all my Modelos, man. I would have been mad. Yeah, man, so let me get my list real quick. Let me see. So like I said, this is episode 41, and if you guys see mosquitoes flying in here, it's because I got the door open because it's kind of hot in here. Also, if you see the curtains behind me right here, they're moving around. It's because I got the fan on right here because, man, it gets hot in the studio. I got hella lights in here and I got my whole equipment. It gets hot in here, guys. So that's why I had to bring the fan in here. Got to leave the door open. Like I said, we're in October, still having 100-degree weather, man. That sucks, dude. That's the only bad thing about California. But it's we love it, though. Still love California. That's why I'm, part of the California Department of Torta Patrol, you know what I'm saying? Because I love California. I love my California tortas, you know what I mean? But it gets hella hot. Like I said, October and 100-degree weather, right? It's we're supposed to be watching scary movies and cuddling, but it's damn, it's fucking hot to the point where we're going to the swimming pool and shit, right? But okay, so anyway, so I figured I would come through, talk to you guys about some of these love candles right here that are right here. Oh, also real quick, shout out to our sponsor, DZ Dolls, for making us this huge little Mr. E from Fools Gone Wild. Thank you so much, DZ Dolls. He's so talented, man. Since I was going to be on this episode today, I was like, you know what? I definitely want to have the little Mr. E as my co-host, right? As my co-host, because I'm be here by myself, covering for all three of the Saca las Doritas hosts, since they're all busy today, fuckers. All three of y'all, you guys owe me. All three of you owe me big time. You guys owe me big time for covering for you guys. But anyways, back to my whole story. So let me start off by explaining the candles, right? So first, I just want to say these are all love candles. And every single candle here helps with self-love. Because that's the number one question that people always ask the brujo, or people always ask me. That's the number one question that people always ask me to ask the brujo. Like, hey, could I use it for self-love? Yes. Every single candle here, every single love candle that the brujo carries could be used for self-love. So let me get that out the way right away. All right. So the first two candles, so you got Diablito love and Diablita love. So those right there, basically those, they're for like, if you're trying to attract new love to yourself. So if you're a dude trying to attract new love, you know, if you're trying to attract a new torta to your life, if you're trying to attract the torta of your dreams, you know what I'm saying? The sucia of your dreams, the cochina of your dreams, you're going to get the Diablito love candle. You're going to light that for yourself. You're going to attract new love with that. Ladies, if you're trying to attract the new felon of your life, the felon of your dreams, if you're trying to attract the fool of your dreams, you know what I'm saying? The fool that's going to put a ring on it and with you and your 3 kids, you're going to light yourself the Diablita love, because it's basically attracting love to yourself, to you, right? So ladies, you would get the Diablita love for yourself. Dudes, my fools out there, my homies out there, my dudes out there, y'all going to get the Diablito love, because you're going to attract the sucias to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're going to attract all the panocha, right? So that's how those work. Those basically work like to attract love to yourself. New love, right? New love. So if you already have a boo, if you already have a fool, you already have a sucia, you already have your favorite torta, don't get those. If you're single out there and you have nobody for cuddle season, you definitely want to get those. Ladies, get the Diablita love for yourself. Dudes, guys, homies out there, get you the Diablito for yourself. So then moving on to the next one. So Brujeria Love. Brujeria Love, that's one of my favorite ones. That's one of the top sellers from the Brujo. That one basically is like if you want to put a love candle on your partner or whoever you're talking to, you know, you're talking to a torta, you're talking to a sucia. Ladies, if you're talking to like, you know, your favorite fool, and you know, they're not acting right at the moment, you're going to get the Brujeria Love. The only thing about the Brujeria Love, it makes them a little desperate. It makes them a little, they're going to come to you like, oh, hey, I want to see you. Hey, can we hang out? You know, so it has that kind of effect, you know, like it kind of like los pone medio desesperados, you know what I mean? Or desesperadas, you know? So it has that kind of effect to where they're like, they get hella like desperate to hang out with you, to see you, whatever, you know. Some people like that. Some people don't like that. Me, I like that toxica shit. So I love that shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I've definitely put the Brujeria Love candle on a few tortas out there, you know what I'm saying? Moving on to the next one, which is the Venami candle. So the Venami candle is very popular. You could literally walk into like any botanica, any spiritual shop. Like us Latinos, we stay more to botanicas. We stay more to like Latino shops. Any botanica would have the Venami. Like that's like one of the most popular love candles you get anywhere, like online or like your local botanica in your town, wherever you live. They're gonna have a Venami. You know, they might be sold out, but if you walk into a botanica and you ask for Venami, they're gonna know what you're talking about. That's a very popular candle. So Scorpio sells it too. However, that candle basically, like I said, it could be used in, you know, hella different ways. It's mostly if your partner is either far away from you or they're acting distant from you or you haven't talked to them. Like if you're on a no contact type of thing, then you're going to do the ven a mí because you want them to come to you, right? So ven a mí means come to me in Spanish, right? When you're Hispanic, when you're Mexican, basically brujerias and love candles and love spells and all that, that's like part of our culture, man. You know what I'm saying? We grew up seeing our tias light a full up, you know what I'm saying? We grew up seeing our tias light the little candle in the corner, you know, and then, you know, they try to tell you, eso es nada mija, eso es nada mijo. But you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we pay attention, right? But, yeah, so like I said, the ven a mí means come to me. So it would be more for situations where the person either is not talking to you or they're far from you. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but there's like fireworks going on out there. Because, you know, I'm in like the hood area of my town, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, after I finish this video, I'm gonna definitely go patrol the streets and, you know, try to arrest some tortas and whoever's breaking the freaking law out there, you know what I mean? All right, so now moving on, right? So after the Ven a Mi, we get to my favorite candle, my favorite love candle, which is the Chuparosa love candle. And if you've been following Scorpion Tail for a minute, if you've been following the Brujo for a minute, you would already know about this candle, right? So I have a quick story time about that candle. I'm gonna tell you guys in a second. So the Chuparosa love candle, that's like the number one candle that I would recommend. That's also the number one selling love candle from Scorpion Tail. You know, like Brujo will tell you that himself. So here's a quick story time, right? So during the pandemic, the Brujo's shipments were not coming in because of, you know, they were stopping shipments from a certain country, right? I'm not gonna say details, but the U.S. was blocking shipments from coming in from a certain country. So the Brujo supplier, which is they're located in LA, that supplier, they get their product from this specific country. So because this product comes in from that country, the product wasn't coming in. It was getting cut off. Like basically boats were coming in, but they weren't letting them unload once they got to like California, right? So because of that, the Brujo's candles weren't coming in. So the Brujo had to drive around to every botanica, all over town where he lives, to every spiritual shop to see if they had hummingbird, Chuparosa love candles. Some of them did, some of them didn't. However, because of that, they all know the Brujo because of the Chuparosa love candle. So all the botanicas that are in the same town where Brujo lives, they all know him. But the reason they know him is because of the Chuparosa love candle. So as soon as they see him, as soon as he walks through the door, they're like, hey, tú eres el muchacho de las Chuparosas. He's like, oh, sí, soy yo. Because, again, during the pandemic, he wasn't getting his shipments in from overseas. So he had to go like literally every botanica in town to see if they had them. But see, here's the thing though. During that time, nobody knew about Chuparosa love candles. During that time, nobody knew about Chuparosa love candles. So the Brujo would go in there and ask about it, and they had a bunch because they weren't selling it. But since the Brujo put it on, you know, more people would go into the botanicas asking for it. So like now, a lot of people know about the Chuparosa love candle, but it's because of Scorpion Tail. It's because of the Brujo. So now, you know, people know about it. But during that time, nobody was buying it. So then when the Brujo walks into the botanica and he's like, hey, no tienen velas de la Chuparosa, del amor. And they were like, oh yeah, tenemos como 15 cajas. And the Brujo will be like, okay, denme todas las cajas que tienen de la Chuparosa. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when people think that, when people go to these botanicas to get work, put on the Brujo, just, it's like, they don't even realize that they all know the Brujo, you know, and they're cool with him. They did business with him, you know. So it's like, they might not be like, oh, buddy, BFFs with them, but it's like, they're business associates, you know what I'm saying? They do business together. So that's a little quick side story about the Brujo and about the Chuparosa love candles, especially, you know, just because it happened during the pandemic. But the Brujo figured out a way to make his own Chuparosa, so now he has his own. That's why, you know, he has his own design now, you know. So it's like now he doesn't really have to, you know, wait for the shipment from LA. He doesn't have to wait for the shipment from overseas. He just, you know, he has his own, boom, his own stack, you know, his own stash. So again, the Chuparosa love candle is my favorite one from all the candles that the Brujo sells, from all the love candles. That's my favorite one. So then we got the Abre Caminos en el Amor. So the Brujo has a candle called Abre Caminos, right? So Abre Caminos, for those of you that don't know, they pretty much open the roads for everything, like money, career, business, health, everything, right? However, a lot of clients specifically want love. Like that's the number one. See, you go on social media and you see females talking about how they hate love, right? But if you go to the Brujo sales, that's his number one selling product. Everything regarding with love. love oils, love candles, love baths. That's his number one selling product. So when I tell you that social media be lying to y'all, I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I get a behind the scenes sneak peek of the Brujo sales. You know what I mean? The Abre Caminos en el Amor basically opens the roads in love. Because a lot of clients, a lot of the Brujos clients, they feel like, oh, you know, like, I can't find love, right? Like my doors are blocked, my doors are blocked, my roads are blocked, everything, right? I can't find love. So they want to open those doors, they want to open those roads. So that's why they get the Abre Caminos en el Amor. Like I said, the Brujo has another candle called Abre Caminos, that's also a popular one. Like you go to any botanica and be like, hey, tiene la vela de Abre Caminos, they all have it, right? So, you know, that's a popular candle. However, since the Brujo knows that the 99.99999% of his customers want love, he purposely came through with a love candle called Abre Caminos en el Amor. So it specifies, okay, en el amor, abre los caminos, you know what I mean? So it helps his clients a lot, you know? It's like, you know, when you run a business, you got to give the customers what they want, right? Or else you're not going to sell anything, right? Whatever they're requesting, whatever they're asking for, that's what you got to stock up on, right? Or if you don't have it, that's what you got to come out with, right? Like I said, during the pandemic, the Brujo wasn't getting his shipments in from overseas. So he had to make his own specific Chuparosa love candle, you know? This is going back to the Chuparosa love candle. All right, so I'm going to give you guys like some quick examples real quick of like when I've used some of these candles, right? For like, you know, torta, you know, or sucia or whatever, right? So long time ago, I was talking to this chick. So we kind of had like a falling out. We stopped talking for, you know, whatever reason, right? Sometimes I have a temper, right? So it might have been my fault. So we stopped talking. So I go to the Brujo and I get the Venami candles. So, because, you know, like I said, the Venami candle, man, it's like a popular candle. It's known. Everybody knows about it. You can walk into any botanica, any Latino spiritual shop, they're going to have a Venami, or they're at least going to know what a Venami candle is, right? It means come to me, right? They're going to know what you're talking about. You just walk in, hey, no tiene la vela de Venami. I go to the Brujo, and I get these Venami candles, right? I get 3 of them. Light them up. You know, light this chick up. Venami, nothing. I go back to the Brujo. About 2 weeks later, I go back. Hey, can I get 3 more Vietnamese? Light them up, nothing. I go back. Hey, can I get 3 more Vietnamese? Right? So it's like, now I'm like on the 3rd round of Vietnamese, right? Light them up, nothing. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I saw that candle that you posted, la de la chuparrosa. Can I get 3 chuparrosas? I get those candles, take them home, light them up. Within a week, that BZ hit me up. Like, not only did she hit me up, but she wanted to hire me to do a certain job. So not only did she hit me up, but she wanted to give me money, right? Like, she wanted to pay me for my services, right? So it's like the Chuparosa Love Candle did 2 things. I only wanted one thing, but it did 2 things. It made her hit me up, and it made her want to give me money. So when she hit me up, I knew that she was using that kind of as an excuse, you know, like, I'm trying to figure out if I should give this detail or not. Okay, let's just say she hired me to do some kind of work on her house, right? Okay, let's just leave it at that. She hired me to do some kind of work at her house. So basically, I had to drive to her house, right, and do this work, and she was gonna pay me big money to do that, right? So she hits me up and she's like, "Hey, do you do this, and this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do that." She said, "Oh, how much do you charge?" She was like, "Name your price." Boom, I told her how much I charge, which is, you know, it ain't cheap, right? She's like, "Yeah, come through on Friday." Boom, boom, boom. She was like, "I'll even have some modelos ready." So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the spirits with the Chuparosa Love Candle, the spirits made her hit me up and throw money at me And she has some modelos ready, which if you know Torta Patrol, then you know what's up. It's like her having alcohol there. After I finished doing what I had to do, then the alcohol was gonna make me do some other stuff that I had to do that she wanted me to do. Right? You get what I'm saying? Right? You get what I'm saying? Cool. So it's like that's my whole thing. Why? Like that experience right there taught me that skip the Vietnamese candle, go straight to the Chuparosa Love candle from Scorpion Tarot. That taught me that lesson right there. And that was like a hell of years ago. So even though I'm sure they probably watched this podcast, like but it was years ago. Years ago. But like I said, my number one love candle is the Hummingbird Chuparosa Love candle, right? So Hummingbird is Chuparosa in Spanish. It's also called colibri, colibri, I think it's colibri, something like that. I'm gonna look it up and I'll insert it right here, right? I'll insert it right here. But I'm pretty sure it's called a colibri. But basically, a hummingbird, man, like a lot of people don't know this, but hummingbirds represent love. They represent a lot of stuff. They actually represent a lot of stuff, but they represent love. That's why the Brujo sells that love candle. And like I said, he gets a lot of awesome results. And then when I bought that love candle for him, and it like the Vietnamese wasn't working, and then that candle, the first round, hit my target that I was trying to get, her to hit me up, because we're both being stubborn. She was being stubborn, I was being stubborn. I was like, I'm not gonna text her. She was like, I'm not gonna text him. So I went to the Brujo. The Brujo sold me the Chuparosa Love candle. Boom. She gave up on her stubbornness, blew me up. Not only did she blow me up, but she, like I said, paid me for a service, and then she also blew me up, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, okay, so next topic. That's a little TMI right there. But so, okay, let me see. What do you do when you light these candles? So the Brujo already blessed it, so you don't really have to do anything. However, if you choose to, you don't have to, but if you choose to, if you want to, you could also pray over it yourself, right? So the way that I'm talking into this microphone right here, you're going to talk into the vela just like that. So I'm going to grab that chuparosa just because that's my favorite one. So you get the vela from Scorpion Tarot, right? You take it home, or it arrives in the mail, or whatever, right? You picked it up at the Brujo's house, whatever, right? You're gonna hold the vela like this. When you light the vela, you got the lighter on one hand, you got the vela on the other hand. Before you light it, you're gonna speak into the vela. The way I'm talking into the microphone, you're gonna talk into the vela. Say their name is John Smith. So you're gonna grab the vela. You're gonna go, when I light this vela, John Smith will think of me, dream of me, want to see me, blah blah, whatever else you want to add, right? They're gonna want to do dirty shit to me, all this shit, right? Whatever you want to say, they're gonna be talking to the vela. After you're done talking to the vela, light it up, right? Light it up, set it down, you're good. However, if you want to add to it, you get the person's picture, put it under the vela, put the vela on top. So you got the picture, you got the vela, put it on top. Or you could tape the picture to the vela, to the front, to right here, to the front of the vela. You could tape it to it. You don't, like I said, this is all optional. You don't have to do that. And if you do it differently, it's cool. I don't want messages telling me, oh, that's not how you do it. Oh, I do it like this. No, it's cool. Everybody does it different. I'm just telling y'all little extra tips that you could possibly do if you choose to. You don't have to do it. The Brujo already blessed it for you. The Brujo already told the vela what the fuck to do. I'm just giving you little extra tips on what you could possibly do if you choose to, right? So, let me put the vela back. Hold on, let me put the vela. But yeah, man, so that's what I'm saying. It's like the Brujo already blessed it for you, but if you choose to add your own stuff, like I said, you're talking to the vela the way I'm talking into the mic. You grab the vela and you're like, hey, whoever you pray to, right? When I light this vela, so-and-so is going to think of me, dream me, miss me. He's going to, he or she is going to, whatever you want to add to, right? What's the next topic? Look, if you're looking for the type of love that's gonna dedicate you some Junior H songs, or some Línea Personal songs, or some Marca MP songs, then you need to get you some love candles from Scorpion Tarot, man. Trust me. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. If you be listening to Junior H crying about love, if you be listening to Marca MP crying about love, listening to Línea Personal crying about love, you need to get you some candles from Scorpion Tarot. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Even though it's cuddle season, right? A lot of people out there are single, right? They're single going into cuddle season. So there's a lot of times where like I've been single and I lit a candle just to attract new love, right? So like if you don't have someone specific, you don't have nobody in mind, like there's nobody in the picture, it's just you, right? And you want to attract new love, right? So like I said, any of these candles, they'll do that. Any of them, you could pick any one of them. They all do the same thing. They're interchangeable. However, some do it stronger than others, you know? So, like I said, they all do the same thing. The Diablita love, Diablito love, Chuparosa, they all do the same thing. They just do it at like different degrees, you know? If you want to attract a new love, whichever vela calls to you, pick that one. Because I'm here telling you which one is my favorite or which ones I've lit before. It doesn't mean that the one that worked for me is going to work for you. So you got to pick whichever one's calling you, right? It's going to call your spirit. It's going to, when you see the velas, one of them is going to talk to you and it's going to be like, hey, pick me, right? Or choose me, or I'm the one to help you, right? Going back to like how I lit that love candle for nobody specific, but like just to attract new love, right? So this is what happened, right? I lit the love candle, right? So my client's homegirl was like, so I have my client, she's been my long time client. I helped her a lot with her situations, all that, right? I know her I know her whole family, they all buy stuff for me. So I'm cool with her. So then her friend, when I lit the love candle to attract new love, her friend hit me up. The friend messaged me and she was like, hey bro, I had a dream about you. And I was kind of shocked because I'm like, I didn't know her like that, or I didn't know her like that, you know? But she was like, hey bro, I had a dream about you. She was like, well, I was even like, what the fuck? Like, is the bro doing work on me? What? Why is this happening? So then first I was shocked because that was my client. But then later I was like, oh wait, I lit that love candle. So that could be that. But I'm not going to tell her, hey, I lit a love candle and then that's probably why you're dreaming me. But see, it's because it's like this, right? The spirits, they know more than we do. So if this person was already seeing me like that, I didn't know it, but the spirits knew it. So as soon as I light the love candle to attract new love, the spirits already know who to bring forward. They already know who needs it or who wants it or who is already, thinking of you in that way. So the spirits was like, okay, she already sees you that way, but you're her friend's brujo, and it ain't gonna go nowhere if the spirits leave it up to you. However, the spirits, because I lit that candle, the spirits gave her a little push. Even though she was shy, they gave her that little push, made her have a dream about me to where she hit me up and she was like, hey, I had a dream about you. Show me the dream. Of course, me, I had to play it off because I don't want her to know that I'll be buying stuff from the brujo, you know what I'm saying? It's like the brujo, you know what I'm saying? It's like people get crucified for buying stuff from the brujo, you know what I'm saying? If you buy stuff from the brujo, people gonna hate you. They gonna hate you. They're gonna hate, like, if they even know that you know the brujo or you follow him, they're gonna hate you. Cause the brujo gets hella hate. But hey, that's my dog, though. That's my dog. So it's like, when I lit that love candle, this girl started having dreams about me. First, I was professional, but then later, I was a sucio. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and between me and that person, it actually ended up being something hella serious. Like It actually ended up, like she lived with me for a bit. She moved into my house. Like, so it's like the spirits knew who to bring to me, right? They didn't just bring me somebody who was going to be, okay, a one night stand or somebody to have fun with. No, they knew, okay, she wants the same thing you want. So the spirits are like, we could read her thought. The spirits are like, we could read her mind and we could read your mind. So we're going to bring y'all together. We're going to close that gap because we know that both of y'all want the same thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like the spirits know more than we do. The spirits have no problem knowing what you're thinking, When I lit that candle, it just set off that spark, It just, So that's what I'm saying, man. If you don't have a boo to cuddle with this cuddle season, this winter, this fall, get you a love candle, man. Trust me, get you a love candle. For me, from my personal experience, the one that I saw that helped me the quickest and the fastest and like the strongest was the Chuparosa one. That's why the Brujo always promotes the Chuparosa love candle. But for you, it might be like the Diablita one. If you like the Diablita one, it might work faster for you than the Chuparosa. Because that happens a lot. Like the Brujo has had clients where one candle does miracles for one client. And then a different client, they'll be like, oh, I don't like that candle. It didn't even work for me. It didn't even help me. So, it's like your experience is going to be very different. I'm just telling you guys my own experiences, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, a lot of guys don't believe in the spiritual stuff. However, Torta Patrol, I believe in the spiritual stuff because I've seen it. I went to the Brujo for help and he definitely helped me. He was like, hey, light this one, light this one, light this one. And all these bees right here, they're going to end up sucking your D, right? So that's all I needed to hear. As long as I got the results that I needed, that's all I needed to hear. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I went from having no cuddle partners that winter to having a whole bunch of cuddle partners. You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta definitely hit up the Brujo if you need a cuddle partner or if you need a new love or if you need your ex-love to come back or whatever, Hold on, I'm gonna take a sip of this because my throat's kind of dry. And we're back. Sorry, guys. I had to take a quick bathroom break real quick because the modelos, they got to me. Fuck. My bladder was full. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. It's like when you light the love candle to attract somebody new, right? It's like this, you don't see what the spirits see. We're human, right? We don't see what the spirits see. And you can't hear what they're thinking, right? So it's like the spirits, they see all that. So they know who exactly is looking for the same thing that you're looking for. So they know how to match you up. They know, okay, she wants the same thing that he wants. Let's go ahead and make them, match up. Or they could be like, oh, you want this and this person does not want this. We're going to remove them so that the right person that does want that could find you. It's like the spirits see and hear a lot more than we do, guys. That's why I trust in the spirits and I trust in the Brujos Velas. And, that's why he named his whole podcast, Saca las Velitas. Because there wouldn't be no Saca las Velitas without no velitas, right? So por eso tenemos que sacar las velitas. ¿Sí me entiendes? So it's like, the spirits have done miracles for me thanks to the Brujos love candles. So that's why I wanted to definitely fill in today and do this episode for you guys because I know what the Brujos candles have done for me. And I know that a lot of the Brujos audience is looking for the same thing. They're in the same boat as me. I was in the same boat. I'm over here trying to play it like, oh, I'm Mr. Torta Patrol, I'm Mr. Pimp, I'm Mr. I don't need no sucia. But it's like, as soon as cuddle season comes around, hey, it gets darker earlier, it gets colder, it gets lonelier, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's when you need to really have a Brujo friend out there to hook you with the right vela that you need, to bring you the right torta, the right sucia, the right fool, the right felon. Ladies, that candle's going to bring you the right MFer, that you need. Like I say, shout out to Dizzy Dolls for making us this little Mr. E right here. I definitely wanted him to be here as my podcast, as my co-host. Shout out to, Fools Gone Wild. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. You guys always show so much love. You guys posted me last year. I hella appreciate. I'm still thankful for that. People still come up to me and they're like, hey, I saw you on Fools Gone Wild. They posted you. And you guys posted Dizzy Dolls too when he made the small one. And, now he made this bigger one, right? But yeah, like I said, it's like, if you're lonely during this cuddle season, just know that you're not alone. You might be alone, but you're not lonely. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hit up the brujo, get you some love candles, get you the reading you need, get you the baño that you need, get you whatever you need, And, y'all could be watching Ed Gein together. You could be laid up with the sushi of your dreams, with the torta of your dreams, laid up watching Ed Gein together, watching him how he underlived all these people and took their body parts and made couches and stuff out of body parts. If you haven't seen it, you need to go check it out, man. But that's a whole nother episode. I'm gonna see if I come back next time and talk about that episode, because I know the Brujo talked about it, but I kind of want to talk about it on my own, just because the Brujo's a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio, and we both can relate to Ed Gein a lot. Hopefully this video helps somebody out there. I'm gonna go back to work right now. It's Sunday night. There's gonna be a lot of tortas, drinking buzz balls and driving Nissan Altimas, and they need to be pulled over by Torta Patrol. You know what I'm saying? And the Torta Patrol definitely needs to pull some tortas over tonight, because he's been drinking and he definitely needs some. But yeah, anyway, so back to the story. Y'all have a good night, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Brujo. Shout out Erica Tinez. Shout out Afiliado. Like I said, we're in October. Happy Halloween. I know the Brujo has a pop-up coming up. I might not be at the pop-up, but I heard that Michael Myers is going to be at the pop-up. So definitely check that out. Bring the whole family. I know it's a family event. October 25th, 2025. At 6161 Valley High. I'm about to finish off these modelos and these beatbox too. This is my last beatbox of the night. All right, guys. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night.